Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Guys, if you are looking for opportunities to study in the United States of America, then this video is for you. Make sure you watch this video to the end because there are a lot of materials I have to review here, alright, and especially at the end of the video. And this university I will be talking about is a university in the United States, a very top university, one of the top schools in the US. This school does not need you to apply with a GRE. In some programs, I would like to specify this. In some programs, all right, you don't need GRE scores. In some other programs, you need the GRE score. This school has a lot of assistantships to give you, all right, graduate teaching assistantship, graduate research assistantship. And in this case, you are going to be studying for free. This school also have fellowships, especially for newly admitted students, masters and PhD students. All right. So if you have these fellowships and these assistantships, you are going to be studying for free. You do not need to pay any tuition fee. Understand that this program or this university I will be talking about, it has a lot of programs. All right. And now, how are you going to study one of these? You basically need requirements. And what are some of the requirements you need? First, you need to have an HND. That is not a guarantee, but you first of all need to have an HND. I will come back to that. You need to have a bachelor's degree attestation or transcript. You must have done BSc, or you must have a master's degree, which means that you must be a graduate student. Now, these are the qualifications, all right, and some of the requirements. I will still talk about more requirements, like the statement of purpose, your reference letters, all right, maybe your application fee or not, but I'm still coming to that. Now, the first thing I want to mention here is those with HNDs. If you have an HND, all right, know that you can always study in the United States of America, all right? It is very possible for you to study in the US with an HND. But how do you go about applying to schools in the US with HND? Follow this video very keenly. I have said in some other videos, or I mentioned in other videos, if you want to study in grad schools in the United States, make sure you have your certificates ready, especially your transcript. I understand Nigerians. I'm not a Nigerian, I'm a Cameroonian, all right? So my brothers, Nigerians, I know you guys have strike or something ongoing. Please make sure you bring your own official transcript together, put it together because you need it. Now, the name of this school is called Florida State University, all right? This university has a lot of opportunities. Now, HND students, this is what you are going to do. Take your HND transcript and evaluate the transcript with WES. The reason you are evaluating the transcript with WES is because you want the CGPA to increase, and of course your grading system should change, so that when graduate school is evaluating your transcript, they should be seeing things that they understand. That is the first advantage, and your transcript is going to increase, or let me say the weight is going to increase in case it is evaluated by WES. That is for HND. Master's degree students, you do not need to evaluate your transcript. Those going for masters at this particular university, all right? All you need to do is to prepare the other documents intact. PhD students, this university has a lot of opportunities. If you are studying a master's PhD, all right, if you are studying any master's or PhD program, you are going to be paid, all right, using the assistantships and funding or fellowship options. I hope you get it. Your tuition fee is waived, your accommodation is provided for, your medical insurance provided for. Now, let's go to those who have bachelor's degree. All you need to do, like I said, your HND is needed, your transcript is needed, all right? Those with bachelors, of course, you also do have a transcript. Those with masters, you have a transcript as well, all right? Then, again, you need test scores. Remember I said this school is waiving GRE, but it doesn't mean that there are no programs that you are going to use GRE. No, there are some programs you need GRE, especially the accounting, finance, management, or whatsoever, things related to that, all right? But the STEM-based programs, you may not need GRE. However, let me also say this before I forget. If you are studying in grad school in the United States of America, understand that if you are studying a STEM-based program, you are going to be working after 3 years of graduation. Immediately you finish studying the STEM-based program, all right, you are going to work 3 years without anybody asking you anything in the United States. That is what I know. Now, how are the assistantships structured? If you are to get, remember you are applying for this school, in order to gain admissions, not just admissions, to study for free. And for you to study for free, the admissions team or admissions office need to give you the fellowships, or whosoever the university is going to give you, need to give you a fellowship to study for free. All right. Now, what are the fellowship or the opportunities you have? You have assistantships, you have fellowships. Let me start with assistantship. Assistantship will be in the form of graduate teaching assistantship, or it will be in the form of graduate research assistantship. That is to say, you, the master's or PhD student, you are going to be teaching, all right, helping your advisor to teach, and you get paid after 15 days. And sometimes your pay is like maybe in a day you are getting $20, all right, not in a day, but in I think maybe 6 hours or 5 hours or so, all right. That is when you teach, you get that amount of money. That is graduate teaching assistantship. Then when you help the advisor or supervisor or researcher in the laboratory, all right, you do research with him in his lab. That is graduate research assistantship. You equally get paid for that. Your tuition fee is waived. You don't pay any tuition fee. This is information a lot of people don't know. But remember, it is highly competitive. Not you alone, you are going to enter there. So a lot of other nationalities are vying for this same position. All right. The other option is fellowships. There are fellowship opportunities at Florida State universities, and admissions is highly competitive. I always like to mention this here, highly competitive, because I know a lot of us, some of us, we don't want to work. If you want to study in US for free or in grad school for free, you need to put in the work. Not that I didn't say you must not work. You need to put in the work. That is the second thing. Now, we have finished with the fellowship options, all right? Then there are a lot of other scholarships for bachelor's degree students. You have to check to see, all right? Now, the application is done this way. You need to first of all, write to the graduate team or to the admissions team or to graduate coordinators. In case you cannot reach the coordinators, do not say because I didn't write the coordinator, I cannot apply. No, you have to apply. But if you have questions, email the coordinator. All right. Now, remember there is an application fee you have to pay at Florida State University. This university is the most hardest university that will ever waive application fee for you. I think it should be around $30 or $40 or so. Verify that. But in case they fail to waive, in case they refuse to waive, then it shouldn't be a problem. Try to get your application fee to at least this university and apply for it. Now, if you cannot get the application fee, you struggle and tell them that you need application fee waiver codes. Try to mail the graduate coordinators, not just for this school, but for other universities. Now, what do you need? If you are not applying for US schools, if you want to study for free, apply to many universities. Choose your universities as early as possible and make sure before December your application has been submitted. Remember, you are not just applying. You are applying because you need funding. If you don't submit your admissions early on time, then there is no need for you applying, because if you apply late, let me say before January next year, if you haven't applied and you are looking for funding, you may not get funding. Remember, funds are allocated for best students, for early come students. So if you come late and those that came early, they will get the funds and you may not get. And looking at your results again, if your results are not very strong enough, you may still not get funds and you may not get admissions. So that is why I recommend you apply before January. December to be precise, and January. That is what you need to know. If you mail the graduate coordinator, ask them specific questions. But don't ask questions that are found on the university's website or are found in frequently asked questions. All schools have frequently asked questions, the FAQ. If you check on the school website, you will always find FAQ questions or something like that. FAQ, you will always say that's frequently asked questions. Go there, read the information, all right? Then check requirements. Please check requirements. Remember, the minimum requirement is 3.0 CGPA on 4 for most graduate schools, especially Florida State University. But if your GPA is low, then speak with the graduate coordinator or look for a researcher. Speak with the researcher. Tell the researcher you found his research interests aligning with yours and you will want to work with him. If he says yes, good. If he doesn't say yes, you move on. You move to the next school. All right? There are a lot of schools in the US, close to 5,000 plus, more than 100 universities. So if you really want to study for free, you need to put in the work. I was talking to somebody recently and she was like, her laptop is bad. Other person told me that money to evaluate her transcript is expensive. You need to think, are you trying to get 44,000 US dollars to study for free, or you want to keep your $110 in your pocket and you go and pay 44,000 US dollars to study? You have to decide. Think about that. Are you going to use the $200 you have to evaluate your transcript and follow up your admissions with it, or you are going to keep it in your pocket and get admissions and go and study and do payment of fees? That is a question you should ask yourself. Now, I have talked about this. I have talked about the opportunities. Remember, PhD students, if you get admissions, all right, automatically, most universities, at least 80% of schools in the US, as soon as you are admitted for PhD, they give you direct funding. Even if the university or the department doesn't have funding, they will always have external funding to give you, all right? So PhD students, just target your way in. Just find your way in, and master students, you battle for your funding, all right? That is how it is. Now, I talked about the test course. HND students, I hope you understand already. Then the other requirements I want to talk about now: motivation letter, CV, application fee. Most schools will waive application fee if you ask. Some will not waive if you ask, all right? Some would equally tell you we are waiving, so check very well. Motivation letter. There is a way you write a motivation letter. You must know how to write your motivation letter in order to capture the admissions team. Never you write the motivation letter without reading at least one journal paper of at least a researcher in that program. Never you write your motivation letter without stating first in paragraph 1 your purpose and your future ambitions. Never you write a motivation letter without stating your qualifications and where you graduated from in your second paragraph. All right, and make sure you follow up your admissions and let them see that you are actually a good candidate for the program. Remember, you will be applying with students from other countries, and there are a lot of universities. Like I said, plan now. This is October 1st. I'm making this video. So if you watch the video, start the work immediately. Plan yourself and say, I want to do this. If you are not having money, then you have to decide on your future. All right, that is something you need to know. Now, I have talked about the funding opportunities at Florida State University. There are a lot of programs available in this university. I will put the link in the video description box for you to verify. Accounting, program management, all right, business, chemistry, physics, economy, geology, a lot, environmental science, environmental economics, all right, civil engineering, computer technology. There are a lot of programs. So all you need to do is to go to the link, check what is there, then you launch an application. As simple as ABC, it's not complicated. The first thing you need to know is draft a good motivation letter. All right, when your motivation letter is good, remember you are submitting the names and contact details of your references. Your reference will be sent a message to fill the reference letter on your behalf. So contact your references on time, or who is going to write the reference letters for you. Contact them on time. All right, tell them every details you need or they need in order to write this thing for you. Now, the other thing you need to pay attention to is the research option. Do not write a motivation letter without stating what you want to work on, or your thesis, or your research. All right, because if you write the motivation letter without giving them what you want to work on, how you came about the program, you are finished. I hope you understand, and I hope you take this very seriously. All right, like I said, Florida State University is one of the top schools in the US that is going to give you assistantship if you are admitted. It is not a doubt. There is somebody in this university I know that is studying a PhD with HND. I hope you now understand. I don't just say my things. Before I say them, I know they are correct. There is an HND student in this particular university I know who is studying. She applied using her HND. Now, what did she do? She wrote the GRE, all right? Some programs will tell you that I'm going to waive GRE for you. But it doesn't mean that if you submit the GRE, they will not look at it. As a matter of fact, this is a secret. If you have the GRE submitted, if you have the IELTS submitted, if you have the TOEFL submitted, because most people don't have, and these things are going to put you in a better position to get funding. That is a secret, all right? Most people don't have it, and if you have it, you are going to get funding. No caps about that. So right then, she equally evaluated her transcript, her HND transcript. She did the evaluation. Yes, she applied to many schools, I think more than 10 schools. Do you know how many she got for PhD? That is a story for another day. Start your work now and see you in the United States in near future. Until we meet again in another one.